Hi, I'm Possy.
And I'm Dave.
And this is Jess, our self-built camper van.
So the van itself is a Ford Transit minibus. It's a 2.4, and some of the features we've added are a rock wall on the back of the doors instead of a ladder, so we can climb up the rock wall, which is quite different. And we've got a roof rack and a roof box for extra storage.
Welcome to the inside of Jess. I'm going to show you some of our soft furnishings, which I have been in charge of during the self-build. Things like the curtains, bedding, and just little touches here and there basically. So you might notice by now that a lot of the things in our van are quite mismatched and patchwork, mainly because most of the stuff that we've used are sort of salvaged, or we've sort of had to make the most of what we've got really, because we've done it on a bit of a shoestring. So for example, the curtains here, just beside me, that is a sarong that I'd brought back from Thailand. And when we were planning on living in the van, I kind of felt attached to the sarong. So I thought, well, one way that we could keep that would be make curtains from it. And the bedding itself, part of the bedding, the sponge is bought from a shop, but the other half, because we couldn't afford to buy so much, was salvaged from an old sofa, which we've sort of glued together and then wrapped. One part is wrapped in a bit of down sheet from bedding, and the other part is actually a bought bit of fabric. We've got things like cushions from the back of a sofa, and they come in great actually when we make the bed. So when we pull the bed out, it only comes to about here, but the sponge topper actually comes all the way to the kitchen unit, which means that we have this tiny gap between the frame and the unit, and me being the unlucky one, I have to sleep on that side. So it actually comes in handy that we have these salvaged cushions from an old sofa. We have 3 of these, and they stick down the side like that, and they go all the way along, and it stops me from falling onto the floor. So it's just little things like that sometimes that can make all the difference.
Okay, so here we have a kitchen unit. So pretty much everything on here has been recycled, so I'll walk through some of the things. So the perspex on the back that we found in a friend's garden, so that was free. The work surface was also off a friend, which they donated for £20. Again, really cheap. The front was from B&Q. That was like a showpiece off a fireplace, and that was like £1. So again, really cheap. Got storage under here. This is where we keep the water, more food stuff. The handles, they're made from driftwood. Yeah, there's 2 handles, driftwood handles. We've got the gas locker, which has got a little catch, sealed, safe away there. We've got a cooker, and this is a multi-oven from Cattle Gas, and it's pretty handy because it's got all you need. So you've got 2 rings, 2 hobs, a grill and an oven, and more storage at the end is this is a bread bin, recycled wood on top of below that. The sink, that was off eBay for £20, and pretty much all the wood, the framework was recycled out of skips. So yeah, pretty handy.
So one of my favourite features, obviously, being a woman, is the mirror. So the mirror's on a little hook, so it doesn't, jive around when we're driving. But this is so handy to have. And in my mind's eye, I wanted one of these mirrors in here for a long time, just because of the way it is. And I couldn't find one for ages and ages and ages and ages. And I just happened to be in a charity shop one day, and I was just about to walk out the door, and in the corner of my eye, she glistened at me. And I was like, that's the one. So this was £2.50 from a charity shop. So when you're building your van, sometimes you have to hold out for those tiny little bits of magic that are just lying around in the most strangest of places. So charity shops are amazing for finding those little gems.
So as we come to the back of the van, we have the log burner, obviously for the heat. And one of our friends made this, and it's all out of an old gas bottle. You can just about see the curve at the back of the old gas bottle, and it's got some nice like Celtic design legs and some leaves. It's quite cool. It's a micro burner, but it does us perfectly. It heats up really well, really effective. It's all you need in a van.
Here we have a little bit of storage for our bedding. We've never really done anything like this before, so when Dave was trying to build a bit of overhead cab storage, it was getting a bit complicated with the angles. So I said, well, why don't we make a hammock storage so it's less complicated? So we went off to the hardware store and we bought a pair of broom handles. So we got a broom handle here and a broom handle under here. And I literally just stitched a bit of fabric to each broom handle so that we could just store our bedding up here. And it made things a whole lot less complicated. I mean, it might not be perfect, but it gives it character.
So last but not least, we have the toilet, which I'm sitting on. It's made from recycled wood. It's got pallet wood and wood from skips. Generally, we only do number ones in there, so emptying it becomes a lot easier. We can, like, if you go to a normal toilet, you can empty it down a toilet. If you're at a festival, you can empty it down a festival toilet. There's no big bother about emptying it. We have some elasticated storage on the front, which is handy for your toiletries, and that's the toilet.
So I hope you've enjoyed having a little look around our van, and if you want to find out more about what it is me and Dave do in our van, you can always find us on YouTube under Finding Freedom.
Thank you so much for watching. Please subscribe now and turn on post notifications so you never miss a video. If you want to support us and help continue making our videos, then join us on Patreon from only $1 a month. See you on the next one.